Okay. So in last class, till the last class, we have discussed what is object and what is class. So in today's class, we will actually implement the program, how we can declare a class, how to declare a class or write a class in actual program, and how to create an object in program, and how to access the data members what we have defined in a class. Okay, so these are the our problem statement: declare a class, create an object, and access data members or functions of a class. Okay, so the first is how we can please mute your mics. Everybody please mute your mic. So the first is how we can declare a class. To declare a class, we have to first write the keyword class followed by your class name. What you are defining the class name, suppose there's a fruit class, so you will write class followed by fruit. Then you have to declare first access specifier. I will discuss this point later, but access specifier is you are giving the permission to access particular data members or functions. So there are three kind of access specifier: public, private, and protected. So the first is public. When you declare your data member is the public, means your data can access by anybody. You're within program or outside your program, or by the object or other object. When you declared your access data members as a private, means there is you can only use, or in the same class can use their data. No other object or other function can access your data. Within class you can access your data only. When you protected, when you defined your data members or function as protected, then your derived class or your class which have your derived can access only your data. I mean, suppose there's in your data, suppose your parents, you have some properties, so your child can only access, no other person, no neighbor or other person can access. Suppose you have buy a car, this car can be used by you or your child or your family member only, means yeah, there's a protected. Okay, your family member can access, but no outsider, means no neighbor or other person can access, means you're protecting, you're giving some kind of protection to your data. Okay, so there are three kind of access specifier. Okay, so first we will write the access specifier colon, then your data members. Okay, then you declare your data members, then your functions. Okay, each data members and function you have to declare access specifier, kind of which kind of access you are giving to your data. After this, okay, so here you can see we have create a class car with some attributes price and mileage, and we have declared two methods for this class car: start and derived. Okay, so actually how we can implement this into program. So your car name, sorry, your class name, you will write class followed by your class name, then access is private, means these data are private. My price of car and mileage are private, no other object can access these data, price or mileage. These two data are private, as you write here private colon data. Then you write public colon your methods, start methods and drive methods, means these method can access by any object, but your data cannot be accessed by other object or other outside from your program. Okay, so this way you can declare your class. How then, how we can create an object? You can create, after declaring your class car, you can create object of this car. Your main method, start your main method this way: write your class name. Here your class name is car followed by your object name. Your object name is c1, so write class name followed by your object dot semicolon. Okay, so your object c1 created, c1 is your object, car is a class. Is the same way as you write int a. Int a means A is your variable name and type is integer. Here C1 is your object and type is car. Okay, this is a simple way to declare an object, car name followed by object name and semicolon. And how we can access this data members? Using dot operator. Write your object name. Your object name is c1 dot start is method, so this start method will execute. You write c1 object name followed by dot your start method. Your method name is start, so start semicolon, sorry, a parenthesis and semicolon, so this start method will execute. Okay, this is a simple way to access your data members and functions. Okay, suppose I want to access this variable, so I will write c1 dot price. Okay, it will produce error because this price is a private. You cannot access this price in main method because this is a private data. Okay, you can access only public or protected data only. You cannot access private data. So suppose I want to run this code, this function, so I will write c1 dot derive, so this method will run. Suppose I write here public, instead of private I write public, then I write c1 dot price, then I can access this data because now it's a public. When it's a private, you cannot access outside from your class because it's outside. You can access this data inside only class. You cannot access your data from outside. Okay, when you write public, then only you can access.
सर
हाँ बोलो.
सर वो वहां पे ऊपर अगर अपन प्राइवेट की जगह प्रोटेक्टेड लिख दे तो फिर अपन एक्सेस कर पाएंगे मेन में?
Okay, 1 minute. Suppose you are telling I want to write protected here.
यस सर.
Okay, when you write the protected, you are giving to permission to your child can access, because this main method is not a child of your class. You have to declare another class which is your child. Means you have to declare na this person is my child. When you
यस सर.
when you derived a child class, then this child can access your data. Here I'm not in this program. There is no child. No, there is no inheritance I implemented right now in this program. So I'm not accessing this data, protected data. Okay, main is not a child of your class car. Okay, so main the
तो
person.
एक और डिराइव्ड क्लास अपने को लेनी पड़ेगी.
Okay, yes. You have to declare another derived class. Suppose you derived a class vehicle or car, in car
हाँ.
you derived another class car2. Then this
हम्म.
car2 member can access your data price or mileage because they are protected. You are giving rights to car2 to access my data because they are your child. Okay, we will discuss
ओके
this
सर.
point in next I think this inheritance in your next unit. Okay. So here, just same way, I'm just declare a object c1 and accessing these methods of car class. So write a simple program in our in C++. Just using another application, debcc. Is screen visible to all of you? I'm writing a code in dev C++ tool for writing a program of C++. Okay. So start with include your header files. First, I want to header file IO stream. Okay. As in the same way, we include header file in C program studio.h or conio.h. I am in the C++ program. You will include IO stream, input output stream. Okay. Next line, write using name space It is visible, na? Okay. Then using namespace std, I will explain you later. Okay, why I write using namespace std. Okay, then declare your class. You can declare with the keyword class, then followed by your class name. Here my class name is car. Open curly braces, means your class definition start, then write access specifier. I'm defining access specifier as a private, means what the data I am writing here, it will be private. Car, character, company. The first variable is company. I'm giving the size is 20 characters, length is 20 character. Okay, and the next variable I want to define is top speed. What is the top speed of your car? Okay, here I'm just declared two variable of car class. First is company, the length, maximum length is 20 character, and the second variable is top speed. Okay, next I'm declaring some functions in public access where, means anybody can access public. Then write your method name, void set data. My first method is set data, and here what is the definition of your set data? First, uh, give ask to user to enter your company name. So I will write cout, enter the message, uh, display the message, enter company. Enter the message, front of your user is enter company. Then your user will enter the name of your company. Then you will use cin function. I am going to explain this function. Just wait. What is the meaning of cin? Cout here. Write your variable name, company. Okay, then again ask to user, write enter top speed of your car. Okay, so then user will enter the top speed of your car. So read the value from user using cin function into top speed variable. Okay, this cout or cin is the same as scanf and printf function. You are in C program, you write printf as enter company. In the same way, in C++ you will write cout, means console out. The meaning of this line and this line are the same. In C we use function printf, okay, followed by your message. In C++ you will write cout, console out, and your message. Okay, as the same way in C we use scanf function from read the data from user. So we use scanf percent %d. Which kind of data? If it is decimal, then we use percent format is specifier percent %d. Then your variable name. Your variable name is here company. Sorry, your variable name use just look at for this scanf percent %d. If your variable is decimal, then your variable name, address of your variable name. Okay, top speed. This is the syntax you use in C for reading the value from user, scanf for reading the value from a user, and format specifier followed by your variable name. But in C++ we will write cin, console input, and your variable name. Okay, There's a basic difference. There is C in or scanf and C out and printf. Okay. In C++, we will use for printing the message C out. For reading the value from user, we will use C in. Okay. After first function, just let's write another function, void display function. So void display, write the definition, C out message backslash n means new line company, and what the name of company you want to print, you will write company. And next message, C out new line top speed, and your variable name which is top speed. So this message is also same as the printf. In printf we write sorry, in C we write printf message printf. In C we write backslash n means new line company, then we write what, company. The meaning of this line and the above line is same. In this line we use C out, console output in console out in C++, and in C we write printf company double quote comma your company means variable name, which variable you want to print here. Okay. So here we have declared your car class car and two member variable company and top speed, and two methods set data and display method in public. Both this method is public and both the data is private. Now write main method void main curly braces and your object. How we can declare an object, write your class name which is car and object. Suppose your object name is O1, so this is your object you have declared. You write the comment using this forward slash, two forward slash object creation. We create one object O1. Now how we can access the function of this class using O1 dot your function name. As you can say here, just giving me the suggestion which function you want to use. I want to use set data, so just write O1 dot set data semicolon, and next access O1 dot display function. So just writing the display. Okay, as you can see in this program, I'm just writing accessing these two functions, first set data, second display. Okay. Again I am just explaining the code line by line. I just first include header file IO stream as same as the nc studio.h. Okay, IO stream input output stream. This meaning of this line I will explain in next code. What is the name meaning of this? Just you consider it, we will include. Okay. Then I declared a class car with two data members, private data members, company name, length is 20 character, and next data members top speed. What is the top speed of your car? Then two method which is public, set data and display. In set data I'm taking the data from user. I'm just asking user to enter your company name, means car company name, and the user will enter, and this what the user is entering I'm storing in this company data. Okay. In this next line, I'm just asking user to enter the top speed of car. Then what the user will enter, I will accessing or storing the value into top speed variable. Okay. In the next method, I'm just the next method I implement is for the just displaying of values. Okay. So just displaying the company name, in what the which object will call the name of this object will display, which object call this display method, the related data member will display. Okay. Then I create object o1 and access this set data, means writing the values of this object. And the next line, I'm just accessing what the user entered. Okay. So this program, how this program will execute, I'm just explain again. The main program, your program start with main method. Your program start from here, main. First your object o1 will created, then o dot set data will execute, means in this line your set data line will execute. Set data start, the first line it will print enter company, what the company name user enter by user, it will display in company object company data. Okay. Then this line will execute enter top speed, what the speed by enter by user will store in this variable top speed, and curly braces close, means this function has been closed. Back to your control to the next line. The next line will run display method o1 dot display. So your control will go to display method, and it will print company, what's the value of company you entered, it will print. Then it will print top speed, and what the speed entered by you is displayed in your screen. Okay. So let's compile this program. To compile this program, here one tab execute. First compile. Before compile the program, write store your program in system. It's my first program, so I will write first program dot. In C program we use the extension C. In C++ we use the extension CPP, C++. Okay. I'm storing this program. After this, it's giving me error because I'm not write semicolon here. Okay. So I just write the semicolon, then again I will go to compile. Now it's give me error, must return type int. So I have to write int, and it will get the return 0. Compile. Now your program has been compiled successfully. It is giving me result error 0, warning 0. Okay. So my program has been compiled. Now let's run. Go to execute and run. This method, this message will display enter company. Okay. As you can see on your screen, the message is displayed enter company. What's the company of your car? Suppose I just Honda. My car company is Honda. Then it will ask you the what enter the top speed of your car. Suppose my top speed of my car is 150 kilometer per hour. So just 150 kilometer, and it will display why the company is entered by me is Honda, and top speed of my car is 150. Okay. So this is the simple program in C++ how you can write in C++. Okay. In this DAPS C++ tool I am used for this. So if you have a doubt, you can ask. Unmute your mic and you can ask. Is it clear to all of you how we can write a program in C++? Okay, please.
सर ये जो अपन ने जो दो फंक्शंस बनवाए सेट डेटा और डिस्प्ले,
हाँ,
ये अपन को मतलब क्लास के अंदर ही बनाने जरूरी है कि मतलब अपन क्लास का जैसे वो कर्ली ब्रेसेस जो ब्रैकेट्स हैं वो खत्म की उसके बाद भी बना सकते हैं अपन?
उसके बाद भी बना सकते हैं। उसके बाद कैसे बनाएंगे मैं अभी जस्ट इसी क्लास में आगे बताने वाला हूँ कि आपको जो फंक्शन डेफिनेशन है वो आउटसाइड क्लास भी आप लिख सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो कैसे लिखेंगे वो अभी जस्ट कवर करने वाला हूँ। आप आउटसाइड क्लास भी फंक्शन की डेफिनेशन लिख सकते हैं। ओके, Any other doubt? Okay, so let's move. Let's see one more program. I'll just write here the same program. I'm just using another class. I'm just declaring a test class. So just start your program with header file, include header file iostream using this namespace standard. I'm just briefing why I am using this namespace to just avoid the confusion between two same kind of variable, function, or class or object. If two function name is same, it will confuse. So just remove the confusion. We write namespace standard, means use a standard name. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. I am just showing the same program. Suppose I just remove this line from your code and execute. It will throw error. As you can see here in the bottom, it's C in was not declared in this scope. C out was not declared in this scope. It's confused where you are C in or C out declared actually. So just overcome this or just remove the confusion. To compiler, just write namespace standard, so it will use a standard name only. Okay, now if you execute, it will not throw any error. What's error? Or two times I write the IO stream. Okay. Method. Oh, two times it's copied. No, run. Car was not declared scope. Let's see here. Okay, now it's okay. The same program I just write here in the PPT. Okay, one more thing. If you declare two objects, suppose as in the same program I just declared two objects. Here I just declared one object O1. If I write two object O1 and suppose O2, we have two objects, means two different cars. Then in the first line I just call set data for object 1. In the next line I just call display data for object 2. Suppose I want to call set data for object 2, so I will write o2 dot set data. In the next I just want to call display method for object 2, so I will write o2 dot display. Let's run this code. First compile. Okay, semicolon. Okay, now let's run it. Will ask the entry for two times. Okay, compile and run. Enter the company name for first data. Suppose Honda, and the top speed is 150. Display the speed, top speed is 150, and the company name is Honda. The second is asking for the second entry. The second entry, which is suppose Honda, and the next car is suppose which car? Toyota. Toyota. The top speed suppose 120. So it will display Toyota car and speed is 120. Okay. So you can declare more than one object in the same class. So is the here I am just explaining the access specify private and public members. If private means there is no outsider can access. In public, anybody can access your data. It's open to all. Okay. How we can declare private? Just write the keyword private, and after private, just write the member variable which you want to declare private. And okay, so all these methods and objects are private. Your price is private, mileage is private, set data is private. This method is also private. Means no outsider can access this method. So there's some key points about the private data. Private member of the class can be accessed within the class and from a member function of the class. Means the private member can be accessed within the class and the member of the class only. They cannot be accessed outside of the class from other program, not even the inherited class. Means suppose you declared a variable as a private and you declared another class as a derived class. So even that your private data cannot be used by your child. Some data, some functions have private, means even your child or your family member cannot even access. There's a many thing in our houses which belongs to you only. Your even not your family member can use that. Okay, you can understand better. Okay, if you try to access the private data outside of the class, compiler throw error. Just see in this program. 1 minute. Suppose I want to access this o1 dot, what's the first data member's name is top speed. Just top speed and set the top speed here is 120. Just accessing, it will throw error because top speed is a private. Just try to run, it's not throwing a error. Top as you can see here, int card top speed is private. As you can see here, top speed is private. You cannot access outside from your class, giving you an error. Okay, so this feature, private declaring members, is called data hiding and encapsulation. We are hiding our data from outside. Okay, public class. When you declared a public, anybody can access. Means which belongs to your family or not belongs to your family, or even it's outsider can access. Okay, so here I suppose just in the same program I write if write top speed as a public. So I use the keyword public. Now your top speed variable is a public. Let's run this code again. It will not throw error because now you can access this top speed from outside. Okay, now I'm setting the value of top speed for object 1 is 120. It's not throwing any error. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, because this is a public data, public top speed. Okay, so when you declare the public, anybody can access. Okay, suppose you declare the private data members. So when you declare a private member, no outsider can directly access the member. You can only access this private member variable using your functions, your class functions. Your class function is two class functions. Suppose data and this, then only your data can be accessed by this function which belongs to your class. Then only you can access. Okay, one more thing, when you not declared your any access specifier for your data or function, when you have not declared your data is private, public or protected for data or functions, by default it will consider private. When you not define not declared any access specifier, it will consider your data is private. Okay, suppose here I've just tried two data 1 and data 2, and not explicitly implicitly I'm defining any access specifier, so it will consider data 1 and data 2 will be private. Okay. The one question you have asked, how we can define your function outside from class. So this is the answer: function defining outside of class. How we can define a function from outside. So this is the way. Use the syntax, your return type. What is the return type of your class? it will return something, int, float, character, or void. If not return anything, just set the return type void. Your class name, in previous example your class name is car, so write the car, and this operator we call this as a membership operator. Okay, two times colon. Okay, then your function name and what are the argument of your function name. Okay, so this is the way if you declared your class outside from your class. Okay, sorry, function from outside your class. So the member level class name we have to tell the compiler this functions belongs to this class. Okay, then function body example, as you can see the set data as we used in the previous example, there is a two argument. The our previous example there is no argument, just consider there is a two argument I and j. Then write your class, this function belongs to which class, your this function belongs to your car class, so you will write here car and two times colon. We call this operator is a membership operator. Void car two times colon and your method name set data. If there is some argument, then pass the arguments and define your function here. Let's see this in example. Here suppose car and one member variable is mileage, which is private, and public two method I'm using update mileage and set data. And I'm not defining definition of this member update mileage and set data in class. I want to defining the structure of these two function outside. I'm just here declaring, not defining. So how I can declare outside from class? Here as you can see, update mileage float. Float is the return type of this method update mileage, as you can see here float. Then your method name, which is car two times colon, which is membership operator, and your method name, which is update mileage. Okay, then return mileage plus 2, just increasing your mileage with 2, and return the value to this method. Okay, same way set data, I'm not defined set data right here, just defining some other outside from your class. So just write void, the return type of this method is void your class name membership operator, then your method name, which is set data, and set your data mileage equals to 18.5. So it will set your mileage as 18.5. Run this program, declare one object c1, call this method of set data for object c1. It will run, it will your control when you your start 1 minute, just your program start with main method, your program will start from main method. This will create a object c1, then c1 call its function set data, the control will go to here. Then after here its definition is not written here, so the function will go to here, go to here and just set the value of mileage 18.5. After this close parenthesis, again go back to here, and after there is no written anything, so here we will go back to return here. Then next line will execute c1 update mileage function will execute for the object c1, where is update mileage right here, right here, because there is no definition, so it will find the definition here. Then it will change the value mileage plus 2, what's the previous value of mileage plus 2, then return the what's the value of mileage plus 2 to this function, and now again it will go back to here and terminate your program. Okay, so this is the way when you not declared your definition of your function in class. Okay, this is a simple method. Do you have any doubt? You can ask. If do you have any doubt, please ask. No doubt? So let's run this program in our dap C++. there is no definition.
अपना रूम तो ठंडा रहता है एकदम ठंडा। इसकी आ रही है पूरी एकदम सुबह में इतना ठंडा रहता है तो अभी तो ये लैपटॉप खुली है।
हाँ okay, so you can see here, yeah, there is no error, and after it will run. So displaying the marks is 70 and SPI is 6.5. I'm not writing here anything. Okay, just I'm just explaining the code. Just include your header file. Write a test method. I'm just writing a test method. In the test method, there's a two private variable marks and SPI. SPI is a semester percentile. Okay, the public method is set data, which take two inputs int and float, and one other method is display data, which display the what is the data of your method. Okay, so here I just defined your method set data for test class. So void the return type of this method test, then using this membership operator, and it's take two inputs integer I and float j, and setting the value of marks is I, what's the value passed by the calling function, and SPI is j, what's the value of j is passed by your calling function, and test data, this next method is void data, sorry, display data is return type is void, is nothing, is not written anything, and it text, it just display marks, value of marks and value of SPI. So your program start with main, you just declare a one object o1, and uh, call this function set data o1 set data, where you declared set data. Set data is here, but there's no definition, so your control will find search for set data. Here is the set data definition. Set data is taking two inputs 70 and 6.5. So I value is 70 and value of j is 6.5. So value of marks will set for object 1 is 70, and value of SPI for object 1 is 6.5. Okay, so when you run this display data, it will control will find this display data here, but there is no definition, so it will search for the display data definition. It will find here and display the value of marks, which is 70, and value of SPI is 6.5. So just again run. So as you can see here, the marks is 70 and SPI value is 6.5. Okay, if any doubt you can ask, please ask if you have any doubt. Do you have any doubt? No. So for the attendance, write in chat Z for zebra. Or if you have any doubt, you can ask.
सर ये पीडीएफ कब सेंड करोगे?
PDF अभी सेंड कर देते हैं.
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है. और किसी को कोई डाउट है? किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं है? तो ठीक है, अटेंडेंस लिखिए और मीटिंग क्लोज कीजिए. सभी की अटेंडेंस हो गई है? क्लोज करें?